Shalum, Shalum and welcome. Welcome to Endtime Reflections. My name is Symmanayah if you're tuning in for the first time, and these are indeed the words I am compelled to present before an awakening, set-apart nation, Yashar'al, commonly known as Israel, a people, not a geographic boundary. My brothers and sisters, before I get into this 17th installment, which brings importance to the word sorting things out, let me say this. The views expressed in these podcasts do not necessarily reflect the views of the owners, management, and/or shareholders of this media platform that you're listening on. With that said, let's get into it. Sorting things out. Before I speak on this subject matter, I would like to begin with reading the following. Matthew 18:19 and 20. It reads, and I'm reading from the eSword TS 2009. This is TS the Scriptures 2009. Again, I say to you that if two of you agree on earth concerning any matter that they ask, it shall be done for them by my Father in the heavens. For where two or three are gathered together in my name, there I am in their midst. Does this not require sorting things out to make sure we are in agreement? Psalms 133, the whole Psalm speaks of the beauty of unity. And I will just read the first verse in Psalm 133. 133:1. See how good and how pleasant it is for brothers to dwell together in unity. I say to you, O Yashar'al, this requires sorting things out. 1 Corinthians 12, verse 4 through 12, I will read. And it reads as follows. And there are different kinds of gifts, but the same Spirit. There are different kinds of services, but the same Master. There are different kinds of workings, but it is the same Almighty One who is working all in all. And to each one is given the manifestation of the Spirit for profiting. For the one is given a word of wisdom through the Spirit, and to another a word of knowledge according to the same Spirit, and to another belief by the same Spirit, and to another gifts of healing by the same Spirit, and to another operations of powers, and to another prophecy, and to another discerning spirits, and to another kinds of tongues, to another interpretation of tongues. But one and the same Spirit works all these, distributing to each one individually as he intends. For as the body is one and has many members, but all the members of that one body, being many, are one body, so also is the Messiah. My brothers and sisters, I want you to read the whole chapter of 1 Corinthians 12. I also invite you to read the entire chapter of Romans 12 and Ephesians 4. It's important to know, though we are many, there is much work to be done during these end times. There are many different gifts and callings. There are many moving parts and components to the set-apart body. And as unity comes, I submit to you, my brothers and sisters, it is important to know that out of the discipline from the Almighty Father, we will find ourselves sorting things out. You see, my brothers and sisters, there are individuals who covet or envy certain positions that are most often spoken of, such as moray, pastor, bishop, apostle. There are people that want to grab these titles because they feel that they are the most attractive. They want to be a moray. They want to be a priest. They want to be a bishop. Or there are those who would prefer military titles, such as captains and lieutenants and sergeants. I say to you, O Yashar'al, the Almighty Father is refining us and preparing us for coming together in unity for the final exodus. This requires sorting things out. Yashar'al, I speak often about making set-apart Yashar'al whole. We will discover in the coming days, my brothers and sisters, where individuals will realize that they are in the wrong position. There will be a shuffling of people in positions that they're not supposed to be in. For example, it's almost like if I was to use a bodily part, it's like a knee trying to be a neck, or the ear hanging out behind the ankle, or the lungs riding on the shoulders. You see, my brothers and sisters, the Almighty Father has specific positions for us. And though we may covet some of the most attractive or most popular of titles, we will find that during these end times, the sorting things out will require us discerning what the Almighty Father desires us to do individually and collectively. I invite your patience as I read the following. John 6, chapter, verse 10 through 14. John 6, verse 10 through 14. And Yahusha said, make the people sit down. Now there was much grass in the place, and the men numbering about 5,000 sat down. And Yahusha took the loaves, and having given thanks, he distributed them to the taught ones, and the taught ones to those sitting down, and the same with the fish, as much as they wish. And when they were filled, he said to his taught ones, gather the broken pieces that are left over, so that none get wasted. So they gathered them and filled 12 baskets with broken pieces of the 5 barley loaves, which were left over by those who had eaten. Then the men, having seen the sign of Yahusha, did say, this is truly the prophet who is coming to the world. I am compelled to believe, my brothers and sisters, though this literally happened, I believe there's a spiritual lesson to learn, a spiritual message. If we study the scriptures, we will see throughout the scriptures, we come to a time when Yashar'al is scattered. We come to a time when the word of Yahusha is scattered. Are we not aware of in John 6:35 when Yahusha says, I am the bread of life? In John 6:35. Just as we know he is the bread of life, the word of the Almighty Father has been scattered. Men have feasted on it. They have taken it apart. They have left books out. They have misinterpreted the text. They have added words and replaced words. But I believe in these end times, during these last days, the Almighty Father is making known to us what is clear. He is directing us with the strength, the fortitude, and ability to sort things out as it relates to Yashar'al becoming whole. My brothers and sisters, I believe just as people ate recklessly when fed by Yahusha Mashyach and left crumbs, they took the food for granted and wasted much. I believe the taught ones were surprised at the filling of 12 baskets. And I believe spiritually that this is also symbolic of the 12 tribes coming back together. We were scattered once, but we will be gathered together. I'm compelled to believe that over the centuries, men have taken the bread of life and continue to try to just abuse it recklessly. But we cannot abuse the Spirit of the Almighty Father. I believe that in our disregard to seek and discern living life, the bread of life correctly must come back together and present it before us whole. The things that man have omitted are being uncovered. Just as the Mashyach ordered the taught ones to pick up the pieces and get 12 baskets full, I am compelled to believe the Spirit of Yahusha will bring the crumbs of the tribes of Yashar'al together and demonstrate making us whole. An awakening nation is emerging, and sorting things out is a requirement. Some people will be purged completely from our midst, whether it be sickness to death or just identified as wicked. And some will be reshuffled or shuffled and put in place, put in their proper perspective, put in the place where they have been ordered to perform the tasks that have been assigned by the Almighty Father Yahuah. Behold, O Yashar'al, our redemption draws near, and all the promises that the Almighty Father has made will come to be. As end times ramp up, as uncertainty magnify, as widespread destruction and death comes, there is refuge. Who is aware of Proverbs 14:26 that says, in the fear of Yahuah is strong trust, and his children have a place of refuge. That place of refuge will prove actions that are required, that will reflect sorting things out. Come, O set-apart family, let us be as iron sharpen iron. Let us connect and examine all things as directed in scriptures, which include the one in the mirror and beyond. Consider what is said in 2 Corinthians 13:5. 2 Corinthians 13:5 says, examine yourselves, whether you are in the belief. Prove yourselves. Or do you not know yourselves that Yahusha Messiah is in you? Unless you are disapproved. Yashar'al, O Yashar'al, I speak often how vetting is important, and I will continue to talk about vetting, examining, the one in the mirror, as well as those we come in contact. It is necessary. It is a component to what will assist us with the strength, the fortitude, and discernment for sorting things out. Work is before us, O Yashar'al. Behold the realities regarding the presence of the Spirit of Yahuah, sent in Yahusha's name. For as Yahusha Mashyach is rising before our very eyes, we will witness him draw us together. We will witness what it takes to come together in unity. We will see some things that may be beyond our imaginations. See, the mighty hand of Yahuah in Yahusha's name works in us. And he works through us one towards another. And he works through his chosen ones. We will find out. We will witness the participants of set-apart actions for sorting things out. On that note, I leave you with these words. Trust and believe that our redemption is drawing near, closer than we realize. Believe this and know this, O set-apart family. The discipline of the Almighty Father will work a great work in us, through us, one towards another. There is much work to be done. I pray that each of us will discern and respond with correctness with each passing day what we are ordered and instructed to do. Yashar'al, my set-apart family, sorting things out, it requires work. It requires discerning. It requires studying. It requires responding with correction to the orders of the Almighty Father Yahuah in Yahusha's name. On that note, I say to you, my brothers and sisters, rise up and take part in the greatest awakening that has ever come before the face of the earth. My prayer is that each and every one of us are endowed with the strength and power and recognize swiftly what must be done and respond to the call. Take care, my brother, my sister, my family. There is much work to be done, and there is much more to come. On that note, continue to be encouraged. Shalum.